Gotcha Smack, Vulcan, Laro, and Tectone, they had a little small section of them talking about Wuthering Waves. Maybe it'll be like a very good, interesting conversation. I'm not really sure, but I want to hear what they have to say.
Wuthering Waves should be pretty good.
Okay.
I think it'll be really hype for like the first 2 weeks is going to be nuts. And then I think it's going to slowly taper off and kind of get down to levels of like Honkai Star Rail.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll ever reach the levels of Genshin ever.
Okay, so he thinks that they're going to... Okay, that's insane to hear. And it's actually a good thing because I'm actually worried about like where it will taper off long term, because this is a game that I'm trying to cover and stream all the time. Like this is a game that I'm trying to main every day. This is a game that I'm gonna be playing for a very, very long time, just based off my experience off the closed beta test that I've done, CBT 1 and 2. I'm fully convinced, and also it's working out on my channel as well. You guys tend to like the reactions and all that and all the videos I've made so far. So I definitely want to see where this will take me as a content creator. Hearing him say that really, really brings me some nice positive vibes. I really hope that it does turn out as good or close to Honkai Star Rail in numbers, you know?
I think Hoyo are very smart with the release timing of Zenless.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's right on the wear out period for Wuthering Waves.
Yeah.
And then they're just going to grab everything.
I think
they
Zenless
might not
be garbage.
Yes, dude. Bro, thank you so much for saying that, bro. Dude, it is not going to be good. Like, I don't care what anyone says. I don't care if you're in a comment section raging at me saying, no, Zenless Zone Zero is going to be the best. It's going to be better than Wuthering Waves. Like, dude, no, it's not. And the fact that if the Zenless Zone Zero release date is true to its date, it's perfect for Wuthering Waves because people will be able to try Wuthering Waves first. And you know what that means? People are going to fall in love with Wuthering Waves combat first before even trying Zenless Zone Zero. Just by the combat alone, I am telling you, it's gonna be so hard to play Zenless Zone Zero. You're not gonna say it's better than Wuthering Waves. If you say that, it's just mad copium. Like you are not gonna be like, yeah, this is way better. It could be better in maybe taste, but like the reality of what gameplay is better, I really do think Wuthering Waves is far more superior than Zenless Zone Zero. I don't care what anyone says on that fact. And I haven't even tried Zenless Zone Zero, but from the complaints that people have been saying, from the people that I've asked a bunch of questions. It just seems like Wuthering Waves is here and Zenless Zone Zero is just all the way down here. But who knows? I don't know. But people are gonna try Wuthering Waves first. The quality of life, just combat, running around, all that stuff is just great. Like, it's not gonna top it.
I think it's gonna be bigger than Wuthering Waves, in my opinion.
I also think
100%.
that it will be bigger, just because it has the Hoyo name.
Hoyo name, and it's got more. I feel like it's got more mass appeal. Like it's got the brighter colors.
Yeah.
It's got characters' names that you can actually remember the character.
Yeah, it's gonna say that.
Oh, the
It's
name's
got-
more American. What's going on in these Chinese days?
I'm so bad. Like I just don't know what character it is when like. And I think the other thing with Wuthering Waves is, like, I love it, but me playing through the beta so hard, I'm like, this is too much time just sitting in my computer.
Yeah.
Whereas the short, sharp, get in, get out
Yep.
Yeah.
is good. And as much as you want like harder combat, it's just so much easier to just face roll something. And just be like, I did it.
Yeah.
Like I'm watching Rexland and shit. They're beating the highest difficulty.
Yeah,
hallway
bro,
boss,
it's
and I'm on
insane.
difficulty 3. I'm like, nah, fuck this.
Yeah.
I got no
That's what I'm
chance
gonna
of
be
getting
doing,
that
man.
good. Like, I can't
totally
get
gonna
there.
be doing that.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
will
do
say,
that
though,
too.
I think Wuthering Waves still has a chance to beat Zenless just because, and this is going to depend hard because Hoyo does have the Hoyo name, but Wuthering Waves devs have constantly proved that they listen, and I think that's something that
Mhm.
Oh,
people
yeah.
pay attention to, you know?
So I'm gonna
They
say
wanna
some
root
shit
for
that'll
you.
probably get Kuro pissed off at me.
Yeah,
Damn, let's hear it. Hear a hot take.
I know what Kuro Games is doing for like their advertising
Yeah.
for Wuthering Waves, and I think they're marketing it very well.
Mhm.
And I think they're gonna do things that are going to cannibalize the Genshin Impact audience, and they know the content creators where their audience is more susceptible into being influenced by their decisions. And I believe, I'm gonna speak hypothetically, I don't know this for certain. Hypothetically, they could be hiring like every Genshin Impact content creator to play Wuthering Waves.
Yeah.
Which will directly cannibalize the previous audience and show them relevant subject matter, which has...
This might actually already be true because we've already seen videos from specific creators that have been kind of advertising the game in a sense. You could just put your guesses in the comments below or in the chat. This is like part of the marketing plan. Like if you go on Twitter, like I follow like some of like the devs and like some of like the marketing people on Twitter, and like sometimes they meet up IRL with some some of the creators, which is awesome because they get to like collab and do some stuff, and they probably plan things ahead of time for the game's growth and long-term growth. So it's like more personal, right? Like you're actually meeting someone on the team in person, and that shows a lot from Kuro as a company. Like it really shows that like they really care about people, and like they want to meet you, and they want to make the game better. They're striving for greatness. You know, they're trying to make the best game possible. You know, 1010 is a good example, but there is a lot of other good examples that I've seen on Twitter and I've seen on different platforms. So this is 100% true. They are probably going to do this, and probably in the second week of May or third week of May, we're going to see something like this. Like we're going to see more.
The game that has all the content that they've wanted for. And if they choose the talking points that creators have to hit and allow them to say, wow, this has all the content in Genshin that's not in Genshin.
Yeah.
That could be very good for hitting a market very strong and developing a player base of unhappy, unsatisfied Genshin Impact players.
Yep.
Really,
But
Right?
then there's the other side of the argument where is the game going to actually be enjoyable though?
Yeah. That's the
then
point.
you already
I sure
had
hope
your
so.
Genshin high. Yeah,
I'm
and this is
praying.
what I want to talk about. We've had our Genshin experience.
Yeah,
So
I've
experiencing
had mine
Genshin
already.
again is definitely going to be mind numbing.
That's very true.
The dynamic, I'm speaking purely of the dynamic because the game is very much different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the dynamic of going into a domain and going out of the domain and stuff, and we've spoke about this a bit, but like when you grind those, what do you call echoes? It's fun at first, but once you catch them all, Pokemon style, then it's just a means of
Min-maxing.
if I want to get some good gear, I have to spend, like he said, a time dump of a couple hours getting these echoes. And as somebody who didn't make a video on it because it just got by me, who spent hours playing it offline,
But that is wild how you never made a video.
I'm telling you, I'm the type of person where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna cover that video, but then if a lot of relevant things come up, then I just say, all right, fuck that video.
What happened? Was there anything that happened in that time period?
I couldn't remember if I'm being honest with
Okay.
you. It definitely was stuff. It was stuff with Honkai Star Rail, maybe some drama, maybe me and Pokey talking about dumb shit.
We got to get into that
Yeah.
later. We gotta get into
Yeah.
that.
No, so
Well,
things happen, and then before I realize it, my ADHD is just like, all right, fuck that video. Gone.
I feel that. I feel that
but
though.
I love it because I think the presence of Wuthering Waves, I'm almost sad that it's going to release because right now it has this kind of God status about it
Yeah.
where it can be ethereal almost for like, oh man, when Wuthering Waves gets here, it's
Yeah.
going to be the promised land.
Yeah.
And fuck you, Genshin enjoyers, your game's going to die. and I
comes out.
Do it every time.
Because I know their audience is like susceptible enough to where they might believe in it, might put the fear of God in them. Like there are people who fear Wuthering Waves.
Yeah.
1 million fucking.
Damn, wait, okay, fear as in like they're scared of the game coming out? Or is that what he's saying? I think that's what he's trying to say.
I know. And they think there's a chance that it just might get blown up. But we obviously know the game's not going to die because the fan base is just way too fucking brainwashed.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, sad as it is, yes, that's true. I don't think it's not gonna unless Hoyo with Genshin does like they do another update or they do a next move. If they completely flop again and keep flopping, if they keep flopping back to back and not satisfy their community, then that's where I can see it actually happening. But who knows? I don't know. I can't tell the future, so.
yeah, what were you saying?
Damn, you went on a tangent there.
I
and
did,
put me
my
off. No, you good, brother. I mean,
Yeah.
so at the end of the day, though, the Wuthering Waves success, I've talked about this with you guys before, is also an identity crisis. And I will continue to drive this narrative every time. But I feel like if you try to please everyone, then you end up getting yanked from both sides and torn in half. And that's why I don't like the casual, hardcore cadence.
So I want to know in the comment section below, like, do you think Wuthering Waves right now, is it a hardcore game or a casual game? The problem with this concept for me personally is a casual player that plays any game makes any game casual, even if it's hardcore, right? So Wuthering Waves has casual aspects to it, but the hardcore content is all optional. It's kind of the same formula as Genshin. Everyone plays Genshin casually, but Abyss is optional. You don't have to, or you're not forced to do Abyss, right? So I feel like it's kind of in the same spectrum, like in the same lane. I'll be curious to see what you guys think in the comment section below on that take, or what do you guys think about that? I mean, definitely there is a lot of crazy hardcore content. If you achieve that hardcore content, then you should be rewarded for it because it's hard to do, right? So it just depends.
It
It depends on the person.
then you just kind of lose both audiences at once.
Yeah, that's
Whereas
possible.
Genshin, they know they're catering to the casual.
Yeah,
I don't
100%.
think- Can you, and I'm asking y'all on the fly, but is there a game out there that has successfully catered to both?
So what do you guys think about this topic in general? Like, what do you guys think about, is Genshin and Wuthering Waves, can they both be, what could Wuthering Waves be hardcore and casual, kind of like how Genshin is, you know? Like, I mean, this was pretty interesting. It's a good topic. Hearing Tectone say that like Wuthering Waves could be at the potential of like Honkai Star Rail numbers, which is him saying that makes me very happy because, you know, I'm still debating. Like, I don't know how well it's going to do long term. Like, you know, as a creator, like I'm going all in on this game. Like, this is the only game that I want to cover, you know? Might do some variety from time to time, but this is the game that I'm like, I'm committed. I want to make content on this. I want to try to be a really good, successful content creator in this space, especially with Wuthering Waves. You guys let me know in the comments section below. Let's talk about it. Let's see what you guys have to say. I'm really curious. And yeah, see you guys soon.